From the first spark of humanity to the complex world we live in today, conflict has been a constant shadow following our footsteps. But war, true, organized war, has evolved as slowly and dramatically as humanity itself. In the Paleolithic era, millions of years before cities and kings, humans lived in small nomadic groups. There were no armies, no conquests, no banners raised in battle. Conflicts were simple, immediate, and personal. Competition for hunting grounds, fresh water, shelter from the cold. Weapons were nothing more than stones, bones, and sharpened sticks. If danger approached, the group moved on. Violence existed, yes, but war as an institution had not yet been born. Everything changed in the Neolithic. When humans planted the first seeds and settled into villages, they also sowed the roots of war. Land now had value. Food was stored. Families expanded, and with territory came the need to defend it. Villages built wooden palisades, dug protective ditches, and learned to fight for the ground beneath their feet. For the first time, conflicts were organized, strategic, and driven by the growing idea of ownership. Then came the age of metals, where copper, bronze, and later iron reshaped the world. Stronger weapons meant stronger warriors. Cities emerged, rulers rose, and entire populations could be mobilized to conquer or defend. The first true armies appeared, trained groups capable of marching, planning, and fighting for power, resources, or survival. War was no longer a reaction, it was a tool. In the great civilizations of the ancient world, Egypt, Mesopotamia, Greece, Rome, war became a language spoken through strategy and discipline. Catapults, fortresses, naval fleets, and legendary formations like the Greek phalanx and the Roman legion transformed conflict into a science. Empires rose and fell on the edge of a sword, and war became a driving force of history itself. During the Middle Ages, war shifted again. Castles dominated the landscape. Armored knights, archers, and siege engines defined the battlefield. The Crusades added religion to the equation, turning faith into justification for vast campaigns. Conflict was constant, fragmented, and deeply tied to land, loyalty, and belief. The modern age brought a revolution. Gunpowder. Cannons shattered castle walls. Firearms replaced bows. Armies grew larger, more organized, and supported by emerging nation-states. War became louder, faster, and far more destructive, and then came the Industrial Revolution. Factories could produce rifles, artillery, and ammunition on a massive scale. Trains moved soldiers across continents. War became mechanical, exhausting, relentless. The 20th century witnessed the darkest chapters. Two world wars, tanks rolling across Europe, bombers darkening the sky, chemical weapons, and finally the unimaginable power of nuclear bombs. The Cold War that followed transformed conflict into a silent chessboard of ideology, espionage, and technological competition. Battles were now fought in jungles, deserts, space, and the human mind. Today, in the 21st century, war has become something both familiar and completely new. Drones strike from half a world away. Cyber attacks can cripple nations without a single shot fired. Artificial intelligence analyzes battlefields in real time. Propaganda moves at the speed of light. The modern battlefield is not only physical, it is digital, social, economic, and psychological. From stones held in trembling hands to hypersonic missiles crossing the sky, the story of war is the story of how far we are willing to go to protect, to conquer, to survive, and to define ourselves. And perhaps the greatest lesson across this long journey is that war evolves. But so does humanity's understanding of it. In every era, we reinvent conflict, but we also reinvent peace. This is the story of human conflict, from the first tribes of the Paleolithic to the hybrid wars of today. A story written in struggle, but also in the hope that someday understanding may triumph where violence once ruled.